Here's everything you need to know about what's next for the MCU. When Marvel released Endgame in 2019, it brought an end to some of Earth's mightiest heroes and served as a finale to the first few phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, aka the Infinity Saga. But the MCU is continuing. As hard as it might be to imagine an MCU, without the superheroes we've come to love over the past decade of 20-plus blockbusters, it's comforting to know the universe isn't done. That leads to the question, what's next? Well, Marvel is releasing an avalanche of new films. The studio has revealed a roadmap of 10 films it's planning to release over the next few years. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The sequel for Benedict Cumberbatch's Dr. Stephen Strange was confirmed at San Diego Comic-Con 2019, with the surprise that Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda Maximoff will aid Dr. Strange. The plot for the upcoming film is rumored to center around something happening in the Marvel Universe, perhaps started by Loki in his new series, which will lead to alternate universes merging in destructive ways. And Dr. Strange will presumably have to fix the situation. Interestingly, Marvel sneakily changed the WandaVision post-credits scene recently. The change adds a translucent figure that appears to be floating down towards the cabin where Wanda is practicing magic. The inclusion of Doctor Strange's theme is a good sign it is in fact the Sorcerer Supreme heading down to talk to the Scarlet Witch. Interestingly, this change was made around the same time that an episode of Loki premiered showing the timeline being bombed by a Loki variant. Could that be the event that leads to the Multiverse of Madness? Curious, right? Thor, Love and Thunder. Chris Hemsworth is slated to return as the God of Thunder for the fourth Thor film, but this time he won't be the only Thor. He'll be sharing Mjolnir with his former love interest, Jane Foster, played by Natalie Portman. After the success of Thor, Ragnarok, Taika Waititi will return to direct, and Tessa Thompson is also returning as Valkyrie, the Queen of Asgard. Russell Crowe will also make his debut as the MCU's version of Zeus. Christian Bale is set to star as the villain, Bor the God Butcher, an alien man who lost his family and finds a terrible weapon that he uses to take vengeance out on all the gods in the universe. There's also new rumors that Henry Cavill may make his MCU debut in this film after starring as Superman in the two films. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. The original Black Panther is the highest-grossing solo film in the MCU, with only the Avengers films topping it. The highly anticipated sequel is expected to dive into the wider world of Wakanda, as Marvel announced it won't recast Chadwick Boseman's character following his tragic death. The new title, Wakanda Forever, points toward there being a wider focus on the country, as well. There's also been speculation as to who could be the new leader of Wakanda, with Letitia Wright Shuri rumored to be the next Black Panther. The Marvels. We now know the title of Captain Marvel's sequel, The Marvels, which teases a team-up female-centric team-up led by Brie Larson's Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. The first Captain Marvel film is set in 1995, and we don't know what Brie Larson's character has been up to between then and her appearance in Endgame. But we can safely say from the addition of Iman Vellani's Kamala Khan, who will make her debut in the Disney Plus series Ms. Marvel, and Teyonah Parris Monica Rambeau, who was recently powered up in WandaVision, that the film should be set in what passes as the modern day for the MCU. There's also the credits scene from Far From Home. It featured Nick Fury aboard a spaceship with the Skrulls from the first Captain Marvel film. This could be linked to the next Captain Marvel feature. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This third Guardians film was initially slated to hit theaters much earlier, but Marvel delayed it when they announced James Gunn, the writer and director of the first two films, would be returning for a third installment. He was busy working on Suicide Squad, hence the delay. But it's since been delayed again. We have no exact details about what the plot could be for the new film, but it could see the Guardians looking for Gamora, who was missing at the end of Endgame. We do know the film will reveal the teased character Adam Warlock, previewed at the end of Guardians 2, with Will Poulter's casting of the character being announced. Disney also recently revealed that the cast will be filming a Disney Plus holiday special for release in 2022. You can also expect the release of a series of shorts on Disney Plus about Baby Groot, aptly titled I Am Groot. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. The third Ant-Man and the Wasp film will see the next confirmed sighting of Jonathan Majors Kang the Conqueror following his appearance in the season finale of Loki. Kang is a time traveler from far in the future who discovers the multiverse and time travel. The film will return Paul Rudd as Scott Lang and Evangeline Lilly as Hope Van Dyne, aka Ant-Man and the Wasp. Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer will also return in their previous roles. Corey Stoll will even be back as the villain from the first Ant-Man film, Darren Cross. Finally, Peyton Reed will return as director after helming the first two Ant-Man films. Fantastic Four. Completely forget all the previous films when it comes to this Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four have been some of the premier comic characters for Marvel since their inception. All that success, however, hasn't translated to the big screen yet, with 3 films produced since 2005, and none of them being particularly successful. That will likely all change with the next Fantastic Four film. as Marvel reacquired the rights to produce it and add the foursome to the MCU. It's unknown when we can expect the film, but Marvel President Kevin Feige recently announced that a Fantastic Four film was in the beginning stage of production, with the director of the MCU's 2 Spider-Man films, Jon Watts, slated to direct as well. Captain America 4. Following the conclusion of the Disney Plus series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it was revealed that Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson will get his own big-screen adventure now that he's the new Captain America. We expect to see Sebastian Stan's Bucky Barnes return for the feature film, perhaps along with a few other characters from the recent series, although nothing is confirmed at this stage. The film's currently in the earliest stages of development with The Falcon and the Winter Soldier's showrunner, Malcolm Spellman, penning the script. Super early rumors are pointing to the return of 2 villains, one of which is Daniel Bruhl's Baron Zemo, who we last saw working with Sam and Bucky. The other is Red Skull, the villain that Chris Evans faced off with during World War II in Captain America, the First Avenger, and was last played by Ross Marquand in Avengers, Infinity War and Avengers, Endgame. Hugo Weaving originally played the role. Blade? After winning an Oscar for Best Actor, Mahershala Ali set up a meeting with Marvel and let them know he wanted to play the vampire hunter Blade. Marvel Studios announced his casting at San Diego Comic-Con 2019. Bassam Tariq has been tapped to direct the film, which was scheduled to begin filming in 2021. The most recent news to come out about the film appears to have been released mistakenly. Disney India posted a since-deleted tweet that showed Marvel's upcoming slate as well as Blade with a October 7, 2022 release date. That would be a great spooky time for Marvel's first vampires to show up. Deadpool 3. While most of the excitement with Disney's purchase of Fox Films centered around potential future films for the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, it was easy to forget that Disney now owns the rated-R superhero Deadpool, and it's hard to imagine we'll have to wait long for him to show up in the MCU officially. Disney and Ryan Reynolds are reportedly working on the project. Bob's Burgers writers Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux-Loiglin are penning a script that Ryan Reynolds is overseeing. Rumors suggest a November 2023 release date. You can expect this film to be rated R, too, just like its predecessors.